Season's greetings and welcome to Two Balls and a Mic here, episode 322. 322 consecutive weeks on the road to the World Cup. We're finally at the final stages of our journey of the World Cup, but we'll actually talk about that towards the end of the show. But to start everything off, breaking news, Chivas right again about soccer. 6 points for SanDiego FC, SanDiego Wave FC, SanDiego Wave FC as they beat Cortland and the Chicago Stars. We'll talk about those two games as some revelations have happened, and SanDiego Wave also signed Catarina Macario, finally being announced last Friday. Shiva, you've been journalist extraordinaire this entire week. You asked a hard-pressing question, and you got a hard-pressing answer. We'll talk all about that for SanDiego FC. We will talk a little bit because on Goals, Gaffes, and Greats, there might be a great that's kind of zombified and it's rotting and it's putting itself up again, and has to do with the RSL game. We'll also talk about Honors Dreyer and his journey, his journey through the bench to the World Cup for that as well. And we'll get everybody involved to see what your favorite World Cup moments have been. And we'll talk about them here. So if you have favorite World Cup moments, things that really stand out to you, 2006 Italy World Cup final, I know Sandiego and Little Italy was going absolutely nuts. If your favorite moment is Eidevall Borghetti in the 2002 World Cup with that header against Italy in that 1-1 tie, Suarez handball. Do you have a favorite? Like favorite just right now, what just came up? Chucky's goal against Germany. Yeah. I did see, because I watched Mexico Portugal and that fantastic 0-0 exhibition on the sides.
Dude, I want to talk about that game. I'm sorry.
We will. We
won't start with that.
On the side, Chucky's still like cheering with the Selección Mexicana, La Playera, like. He's still part of the commercials over there as well. But all right, we'll also bring Abe for all of this too. Bring him along. Thank you for everybody who's joining on.
Abe, we should have a blow-up video for Abe.
Of course, Michael. We're getting to SanDiego Wave as well. He is. You are in.
Are we allowed to kick people off the chat? Because we're not gonna have any Hormiga slander right here.
Well, let's see what Abe has to say. Hi, Abe.
Hello, boys. I'm excited to talk some Wave, some soccer, some international soccer. It's a lot been going on. It's gonna be a fun show today.
Or do we want to talk about how Snapdragon Stadium is going to host 11 games in the Olympics coming up? And wow, that's my news feed right now. Is all the news outlets around town like squeezing that story for a couple more things. It'll come. It'll be here. Good job, SanDiego, on executing that. SanDiego also had, and this did make me a little upset. They had the World Cup trophy at Petco Park.
Yeah,
I'm so happy for everybody that got themselves a picture with it. I'm genuinely happy that you were able to do that. But I hate how many like baseball people send me that, like them with the World Cup trophy. I'm like, you don't even know. Like you don't know what
it's just a hunk of metal, right?
Yeah, it's just a hunk of metal. Yeah, exactly. So, all right,
not even the real one.
It's not.
Being haters. Yeah. We're just hating.
Might be just a legit thing. All right, so
nosotros los pobres no pudimos ir a un juego de los padres.
Yeah, no, insane.
They didn't even win that game, right?
Did they win that game?
No, they won on Saturday.
Saturday.
They didn't play on Sunday.
It's all good. There's a lot of baseball left. All right. So we'll start off the top, which gives you a preview of a little bit of everything throughout SanDiego and what we're going to go ahead and talk about in our Goals, Gaffes, and Greats segment. Where is it? Boom. All right.
Not on beat at all.
Let's see you be on beat. I mean, I can bob my head.
Like partially delayed, so it's different.
Okay. Well, I hope the best for your journey through being delayed. The delayed person yourself. All right. Well, Gaffes and Grace. Let me get Chiva up here because Chiva is off.
Barely.
Boom. All right. Goals, Gaffes, and Grace. A lot of action happened. We'll let you guys decide on that pool. I'm starring these responses for World Cup favorite moment so far. Happy Monday to you, Philippe. Season greetings to everybody joining in. For your goals, gaps, and grades, we have a couple of selections.
Sorry, put them in the chat box. We're going to get to it towards the end of the show. Your favorite any World Cup moment, your favorite World Cup moment all time. We're going to have a couple to talk about it towards the end of the show.
So, goals of the week. There's a couple of goals that have happened throughout since the last episode of Balls and a Mic. One of those, and I think it's probably going to end up being the winner for this match, is Melanie Barcena. Mel B, the midfielder, the phenom for San Diego Wave that has, been coming up through the ranks, and it's now her time to shine. And she has an opportunity to do exactly that here at Snapdragon Stadium. You guys saw this goal, right?
Oh no, what?
Because it did go rather viral. Because
it was insane, dude. I don't think anyone. It's been a while since anyone on the Wave has scored a golazo like that. Like, I think when I think about like the best goals in Wave history, it goes like probably the Caitlin Sheridan, Alex Morgan goal, one of Delphine Cascarino's goals from last season, I think, or it might have been the year before, and then this one right here. It was unreal.
All right, here is one of the candidates for goal of the week.
Since type of girly, and then last night's young starter.
Barcenas fires out the Qualifier. 2-0, San Diego.
Great technique.
Is this the next step of Mel B, Tony? We talked about it. You've talked about it, how she's all show, she does this, pero luego no hace nada. Nothing happens after. And she did the cut, she did everything that she's always done, but the shot goes in, and it's a banger of a goal. Is this the revelation?
I mean, this is what I've personally been asking for about Melanie Barcenas this entire time is, yes, you can do your step overs, you can do your 5-star skills, you're really good at that, but when are you going to shoot? You just need to start shooting, and she has the skills clearly to get these balls inside, get them on target, and so that's all she needs to do. And she did a fantastic movement and a golazo for that game, helping San Diego Wave.
I'm curious also what you think about it as a goalkeeper, because Alyssa Nair is like one of the US's greatest goalkeepers ever, but like she looks like she really can't do anything here. Like, is there anything you would do as a goalkeeper to like stop this? Maybe like yelling at your defenders? I don't know. What would you do to try and stop this?
Just the old yelling at the defenders tactic. All right, let's see if I can. I won't be able to do it. All right. Yes, I think you just kind of admire what you do and be part of the moment, be part of the picture. There's really nothing to do there because this is how it happens in training. If you get caught looking, that's worse than diving and making an effort for the ball, because then you get grilled. You see Melanie Barcenas kind of doing a cut back here, a turn. The speed at which it gets there, Nair had no idea it was even there.
It's also the post that it's shot at. It's shot in the first post right there instead of crossing the shot like any other player would. It's un golazo.
She hasn't reacted in this moment. The ball's halfway to the goal. She's barely reacting. By the time she reacts,
it's un riflazo, güey.
There's nothing anybody can do there. So to answer your question, Abe,
yes,
no.
I that's the answer I was expecting, and I just wanted to get that as clarified because like that's such an impossible shot. It's really cool to see that happening now, and then 2 games in a row as well.
Do we know if it won? Like, doesn't NWSL
not yet.
Like goal of the week?
They it got nominated, I think, but okay. there was some golazos in the Angel City game too. If you pull those up a little bit later when we're talking more NWSL, but yeah, this is definitely, I think, fair to say San Diego's goal of the week. Well, unless there was a great goal in the San Diego Soccer's game this weekend, Tony, that you want to nominate.
Well, let me give you lore. San Diego Soccer is going into the last game of the season. If they win outright in regulation, they win the Shield, they win the regular season, they're good to go. Savoy Morgan also had a moment in that match where he scored an absolute banger of a goal for the second goal. I was off mic. I was actually asked for my headset because Susie, the former San Diego Soccer's captain, was in the building, and the dude played the sport. The dude captained it. The dude had the MVP trophy named after him in the old PASL league. Anyways, San Diego Soccer, if they win, they're good to go. If they don't win, they can go either from first to fifth place. Like, that's how crazy actually this season
wild.
was. If they lose outright and it's against this great team in Kansas City, I'll put the moment up here for the San Diego Soccers in that moment. Boom. That's not it. Share this tab instead. Set piece situation. Golden goal. Overtime. Gol gana. San Diego on a set piece.
He's got Morales. Morales shoots high, missing. Serta. Leo. To Serta. He scores! He scores! The captain!
It's a good goal, too.
The best defender in the league! Give it all to him! And give the Sockers a win! 5-4 San Diego!
That's a
That was
really
beautiful.
goal.
That was a pretty good goal.
Ganar.
619 Soccer saying the Tavoy goal because it was almost identical, kind of, but like in a indoor setting, like it's different.
Have you seen this goal in indoor before? I think you kind of have, but I don't think you've ever seen the Wave make a goal like what Melanie Barcenas did.
Very true. This one here from that Tavoy Morgan is what 619 Soccer is referencing.
Craig Giles is the guy who's getting the job done at target forward. Tavoy Morgan just scored that equalizer. He'll fire and he'll get the goal.
Vete a la verga, chicolazo.
Tavoy's on the tear.
Damn, dude.
That was a pretty good goal.
Oh, man.
Great finish.
Oh, I like this one better than the winner.
Wow, from outside the yellow
Awesome.
line, really nice.
Like that guy said, I don't know who that guy was, but from
That's Susie,
outside the
that's a-
yellow
Second of the
line.
match, 17.
That wasn't me, for sure, but it's okay. The captain.
And he was trying to fight somebody at the end of the game too. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah. No, that's
wow.
that's Tavoy Morgan for sure.
I still give it to Mel.
All right, chat. You are the deciding factor here, or you still say Mel. I still say Mel.
I still say
It's
Mel.
it's a great goal. The moment, the setting, the player, everything up there, it's pretty good for that. All right, let's go ahead and as we move away from goal. Couple gas. Where to start? Locally?
Locally, let's go local.
Locally, let's go local.
All right. So, as local as it gets without getting into the actual logistics of it, this kind of in passing, Clásico Tapatío, a Atlas versus Chivas moment in history
In LA, right at BMO.
at BMO Stadium.
You know, we never condone violence. This fight was
It's
horrible.
different to do it here in the U.S. than over there almost, and it's still equally as un-okay, pero aquí te se carga la madre, güey.
yeah. Yeah, Atlas, nuestros hijos de las Chivas, you know, they were mad because Chivas won this game and Chivas are just best team in Mexico right now. You know, I am a strong believer that they should, like Torero Stadium does, they should limit your number of drinks in a sporting event.
I mean, that's how in England you can only drink in halftime.
Yeah.
Like that's
Like,
you're only allowed that, and you know there's different ways to do it. Yeah, same thing in in baseball. Like
2 drinks, 2 beers, maybe 3. Some people are lightweight.
some people are very lightweights.
Unos dos.
Yeah,
Okay.
but how do you people drink before the game too? Like it's I don't know if that's like the realest solution. I think just security's got to be better at separating these people, like especially if you're saying, like, I think American sports have to understand that, like, all right, two fan bases, you're gonna fight, we're gonna have to bring security and have just keep them separated the whole time.
Very good point here by Papi Chavo. Fools do this shit then that say that's the real supporter culture, but they got nothing to lose. They don't give a shit if they get banned from the USA. They're tourists in their own cities. True, because again, these people come in, they're supporting, maybe get too out of hand, and that gives the supporter section a bad rap as well. And it feeds, and this is what I'll say, it feeds into whenever the supporters themselves actually do get into those things, because then it's just more evidence of like, oh, well, that's, how those Mexicans are. That's what that clip said, actually. Like, Mexican fans, like, yep, that's perception is reality.
Like Papi Chao was saying, right? Like, if he gets down with someone, he's banned, he's done. Like, he can't come back, and a long season ahead. So there's no point in doing it. At the end of the day, like, you guys got to go back to work the next day. You guys have a family to take care of. You guys have stuff to do, and getting in a fight at a game that means nothing. It's a friendly.
It's a friendly.
Literally means nothing
at all. All right, so great news, great success locally, because it is coming to the U.S. But Gianni Infantino, you know who that is? That's the guy that's deciding whether we're allowed to the World Cup or not.
Technically not him, but
technically not him. They never know. Actually, he's watching right now. Said that not after, and it's not necessarily correlated, but there was a fan at Azteca between Mexico and Portugal who was trying to find a bathroom 3 levels down, and unfortunately found his own demise. In that, so not good. A fan dying in your stadium. What does Gianni?
Yeah, go ahead, do it.
What does Gianni Infantino say? Success. Great success. This dress rehearsal was fantastic. Everything went as planned and smoothly. Nothing to see here. Let's go ahead and move it along. We welcome the World Cup in a couple of days here.
It's success, man. Estadio Banorte. There's some seats where you can't even see half the field. It's insane.
Yeah.
Estadio Azteca renovated. Madre madre, I'm sorry. This is what it is. Like, don't touch a piece of art. You don't see, and like, they don't, no cambian el Coliseo. They don't change the Rose Bowl. I feel like iconic stadiums like that should just be left untouched. Yeah, you can fix it up a little bit, pero cambiar casi todo, nah, wey.
You couldn't see, as you're mentioning from there. Abe, did you see any of this?
Yeah, it's really depressing, because, like you guys say, it's like considered one of like the beauties of like just architecture as far as sports stadiums, but also just when you think about Mexico, you think about the Azteca, all the historic moments that have happened there. You like imagine the picture of Pelé and Maradona, but like, you're never going to be able to see the players if you're sitting in a seat like this, so you won't even like see. It's just, it's sad.
Pásate de lanza. Look at that.
These are the most expensive seats probably too.
You can't even see.
Yeah, it's
you get a nice view of the media.
Yeah, I mean, things to think about, Mexico, as you're preparing for World Cup. We know the US and Canada is also going to have their issues. For sure. But
pretty good guy.
One last gaffe. This comes courtesy of the Professional Referee Organization. Professional Referee Organization released a video of SanDiego.FC versus RSL. In this video, you hear audio of the actual discussion of what went on in that no-call handball between Luca Bombino, trying to cross it into the box, hits the defender's arm. No call even after VAR. People are divided. People are saying, well, yeah, no, it's no call. Like in modern soccer, there's no way that's a handball. There's the other side of like where it's the hand.
Yeah.
Therefore, a handball. But let's let's take a listen to what the referees were talking about back and forth for this call, and it's actually rather fascinating that we'd get this. I'd pay for this, by the way, in any streaming service to hear this live. I would definitely pay.
Just instead of broadcasters, you'd listen to the referees.
Yes, 100%.
Whole game.
Whole game.
That's interesting.
Wow.
Please.
I would too, actually.
No. All good. No, he's running. No, he's running. Normal position. Let me see.
You see the referee there saying no, he's running, normal position, arguing with Yepe.
Delay, please.
VAR saying delay. We need to check this out.
He's running. There's no way he's putting their hand anywhere. No, he's running.
Do you have anything from the side?
Like that.
I have
He's running. Yeah. Hey.
delay, please. Delay. Give me left 18. Let me see it. Go ahead.
Yeah, there's a normal movement up there. Run.
Yeah.
He's running. And it's too close at distance. No.
Low end zone.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
You wanna know?
No, normal. He's running in normal position. There's no way he moved the hand. Hold on.
Alexis, I recommend an on-field review for possible handball.
So review's been recommended. VAR says, hey, go look at this. Eventually, he goes over to the TV, to the monitor, and he's going to go ahead and review this. And now what you're going to hear is only the VAR referee and his crew talking through the highlights and through the replay.
¿Cómo se llama? Alexis.
Alexis, from this
This is
call.
super interesting, dude.
Alexis, the APP is clean.
Let me see the play from two frames back. Let me see.
I have the arm in an unnatural position, out away from the body, Alexis.
So that's the VAR referee, video assistant referee, who asked to go check this. Hey,
Yeah.
I have this in an unnatural position. How I'm seeing it, let's play it out.
It's sticking straight out.
Gonna go in normal game speed.
Sure.
Normal game speed, sure. You literally just saw it at normal game speed in front of you, but okay.
Okay.
He's in a running motion right now.
I think the arm is in an unnatural position. I don't believe it's justifiable.
I also right now am agreeing and have agreed that it's a non-justifiable position for that arm to be, even if he's in a running motion as the referee. And then you see this back, you're gonna hear this back and forth now.
He's running that way. It's a normal position.
I don't believe it's justifiable, Alexis. The arm is out away from the body. I can try and give you a different view, but I'm convinced by the left 18.
See from behind.
He's not even listening. Let me see it
Yeah.
from behind, like the way I saw it. Like he's asking, I want to replay the way I saw it, not the way that you're seeing, and not this angle that's clearly showing a handball.
The other side because he's running. Normal position. Look, he's running. He's making a movement to run.
He's making a move to run. It's what?
Oh, he's head.
Alexis, it's your decision, but I am convinced that this is a penalty kick, that the arm is out away from the body.
Look, it's very close distance. He's running in a. I see there's a touch. He's right next to the body.
When Luca Bombino crossed the ball, it struck Vlad's right arm. The arm was away from the body, which is the reason the VAR recommended their review. However, the referee determined that the arm was in a natural position for a defender running next to the attacker.
It's insane.
What?
Like if the guy
What?
reviewing it tells you, I recommend a penalty because we see it from this angle. This is what happened. These guys are also refs.
He's running.
And this guy necio. He's in a natural position. He's running. Ese way, that ref, él jugó defensa central. He was a center back. He played defense.
I mean,
and he has defenders back saying, like, what are we supposed to do? Like, should I just stick my hands to my body the whole game?
yes,
This ref was a center back.
yeah,
growing
sure.
up.
That was kind of insane, and I appreciate the referee. I'll give the referee association credit. They put this video out there. This is a thing now that FIFA and the referees do, that you show how the VAR works, and it's very enlightening, but it's also very frustrating to see that, like, from the first moment that it happens, he made up his mind. He was running. It's completely okay. he doesn't even pay attention at all when he watches the video. Like, he was arguing with Yepe the whole time that, like, no, he was running, while the VAR is trying to, like, get the exact, like, picture. They should have immediately recommended a review because they obviously saw that it hit his hand, instead of him, like, arguing with Yepe the whole time. And then he goes and sees it, and then it's like, okay, no, I'm right. He's running. Even, like, wait, show me the angle where I know for sure that he's running, even though you guys just showed me a bunch of angles where it obviously hit his hand in, frankly, an unnatural running position. Do you guys run like this, or do you guys run like this? How do you run?
My thing, I mean, I run like a chicken. Like, I have it always like this, except when I'm fouling and I'm pushing. So, like, just like,
is that natural?
No, that's not a natural position. That's a naturally dirty play. But
this is natural to me.
Just
what if a center back runs like that naturally?
Yeah, what if a center back runs like that, huh?
So just referees are. It's really frustrating when you make up your mind before even getting the information, because he had his mind made up. You heard it when he was talking to Yepe. That was the same exact reasoning that he gave to the VAR. It's crazy.
There is no reason that should not have been called a handball. Again, great transparency, but now you're just exposing that, no, that was an ego thing. He just didn't want to be called wrong. I called it right. There's no way I can be wrong, even though you're being shown that you're wrong. No way I can be wrong. VAR was even resigned. He's like, well, Alexis, you got the final say anyway, so do what you're going to do. And he goes over and doesn't call a penalty. Potentially change the course of that game. 2-2, still nothing for SanDiego.FC to, be kind of like about maybe themselves bringing themselves up after that performance. They think they could have done more, but that's where that is. So, all right, let's go ahead and go into the grade of the week and finish this off.
Great.
Well, what you're saying to me, Abe, earlier off camera, is that you too agree, right? Or no? The grade of the week
Yeah.
for being Dudinya.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. That was... Oh.
No.
Okay, well, spoiler, Abe, who do you think should be grade of the week?
I thought Dudinya should be one of the reasons why a certain team wins grade of the week. I was initially thinking that Dudinya probably deserved it. She had an unreal week of matches and was involved in so many different goal-scoring opportunities and moments. And while Leah Godfrey did get the 3 goals, I think Dudinya was just as important part of this attack. But the Wave in general should be getting this goal of the week, this grade of the week, just because of how unreal this team has been playing.
It's 3 out of 3 wins in 1 week. That's 9 points in 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
Any other team that does that, if SDFC would have done that, we would have been like, SDFC wins grade of the week. SanDiego Wave should win grade of the week. That's a hard thing to do. 3 wins in a row. When's the last time? Hey, pull up your Google Docs. When's the last time Wave won 3 games in a row?
Just commanded Abe to...
It was, I believe, May 2025.
Oh, so not
too
long ago. There you go. It stole the thunder. That's what you get for asking.
Yeah, man. Menos de un año, neta, güey.
Hey,
yeah, they were really good at the beginning of the season last year.
Yeah, that's right. They were.
Then
it went downhill.
But, okay, so Wave as a whole, Dudinya, Godfrey, Mel B also bagging a couple of goals here. Hey, Philippe.
You just said earlier, like, you prefer a field game.
I'm there with you, but if I may, there's a short little snippet, and I won't just give it to the soccer. The soccer's, you did it, yay! Now go win the championship for real.
Did they do it though?
They did it. But one person on there, and it's just a cool little sizzle reel because we are SanDiego.Futbol. A little video on the retiring captain, the greatest soccer of all time, a local throughout. Couldn't finish the season because unfortunately his body gave out. Greg Childs.
Path to greatness started with a leap of faith. And outdoor striker for San Diego State and Chivas USA, Childs took a chance and brought his talents indoors when the San Diego Sockers were reborn in 2009. From his very first match, Childs was a force. A young gun, Childs helped lead the Sockers to 4 straight championships in the PASL. He won 3 straight league MVP awards, 3 golden boots, and set a league record with a 56-goal season. The Sockers moved to the MASL, and Childs kept on dominating. On December 30th, 2016, he scored his 299th goal, passing Bronco Segota for the all-time club scoring record. But he wasn't done. In 2021, when the Sockers needed a goal to win a championship, he delivered.
It's Serta! He scored! The Sockers lead at 3-2! Childs to Serta!
In 2022, the Sockers repeated, and Childs was the man who met the moment, winning Finals MVP. After over 500 goals, over 750 career points, 3 MVPs, and 6 championships, a 17-year career draws to a close. But the memories last forever. From the locker room to the training ground to his career as a coach, Childs left his mark on the San Diego soccer community. An all-time Sockers legend, number 37, Craig Childs.
Pretty cool.
That was beautiful.
That was great.
Unreal.
Credit Craig, Eddie Trujillo. Shout out to you. Special shout out to Craig Elston and Craig Childs. That was awesome. Yeah. San Diegan through and through. San Diegan through and through. Yeah. All right. It's been
I
gold.
think Craig Childs can get it. After seeing that video, that got me pretty hyped.
That was pretty high. That was pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Dáselo.
Co-winners.
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 That is goals, gaffes, and great.
All right. Keep adding here to the background of the chat your favorite World Cup moments as we draw this to a close. We'll go ahead and get that. We'll talk about Anders Dreyer riding the bench with the Danish national team, maybe on his way to the World Cup, punching his card. He does play tomorrow, but
yeah, they do.
He
doesn't play, but
well,
Denmark does.
Well, yeah, exactly. We'll talk a little bit of that later, but right now, 2 games in 1 week, Wednesday and then Saturday once again for the San Diego Wave. Let's talk some San Diego Wave. I told you I just need time to make that together.
And time he has now.
A little bit.
Hey, 6-1 in soccer reconoce. New intro.
Woo. Yeah, woo. For sure. All right. San Diego Wave played a match on Wednesday against the Portland Thorns. Last time these 2 teams met, it was in playoffs. And the reason Wave didn't continue in playoffs is because of the Portland Thorns. Abe, going into this match, you didn't have the Wave coming out victorious here?
I thought it may be a draw or a loss. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be a complete win. I thought it'd be tough in the midweek, and Portland was looking pretty good in the past couple games, but Wave came out firing and were really, really good in this match. It was crazy that first 10 minutes, right, Chiva? Like being in the stadium, you're like, whoa, this is gonna be a crazy match. But
yeah, it was one of my favorite games I've seen Wave play. It was fun to watch.
Well, it's coming out with the formation here on screen, starting with Freeman, who again is stepping in for the injured Didi Haracic in the center back position. McNabb, Wesley on the left, Moroni. A quiet revelation, I think, as well in Mimi Van Zanten. In the midfield, Kenza Dali, Ascanio, Corley, which should, in theory, on paper, be the best center midfield. We'll see. Dudinya on the left, Ludmila, and Godfrey on the right. She's earned that position. Godfrey, before this match, still producing, still being involved, hasn't stopped since the Coachella Valley Invitational. Good stuff coming out of her. Any surprises here?
No, I think it was maybe a little bit surprising as far as Jonas taking this step immediately, especially after last week where he kind of gave a quote that was like, you got to let your players build up chemistry and like take some time, but then at the same time be like, hey man, some of these players earned that starting spot, and I think Kimi Ascanio, Leah Godfrey really like took that starting spot and kind of own it, at least for now, and they've looked really, really good. And Leah Godfrey as well, not just in the right wing spot, like you said. Like she played more as skipping ahead, she played as a bit more of a 10 in the Saturday match, but like playing as the winger, I think is her best position. She looked really good.
Yeah, I agree with Dave. I think definitely we thought there would be rotations. It's a Wednesday game, from playing on Saturday, then now playing on Wednesday at home, and then you have another game on Saturday. So there were going to be some rotations. We had a feeling Godfrey would start scoring a goal. Kimi should be a starter. And they played well. At first, the center back pairings in the first half were kind of struggling a little bit with Kennedy Wesley and Kristen. I'm telling you, Kristen McNabb had a rough game. But yeah, were we expecting an early goal? We're like, all right. This is cool. It's worth coming on a Wednesday afternoon, evening, nighttime after work. Some other people saying, yeah, I work in Del Mar and every day. And yeah, I had to leave early and come here. Like, damn, dude, that's nuts, Stadium capacity, not as well, not all that. It's a Wednesday,
Announced about 8,000.
I don't even know what they announced.
8,000.
I think it was around like 8 or 9. Technically, it was the second largest NWSL crowd of the Wednesday matches. So there's a little bit of solace there. I don't think anyone's going to that much to the midweek matches across the NWSL, but still, just it didn't sound quiet though. That's the thing. Like I feel like a lot of the time with these wave matches, when they're not as attended, you think, oh, maybe it'll be a little bit like quieter or calmer, but it still sounded pretty loud out there.
Siva finally agreed that Corley's been balling out of control so far.
She got benched.
She got injured technically, but
got benched. You get injured after getting benched? No, I'm just kidding. No, yeah, she did play. She played really good on that game over the weekend.
Wednesday.
Yeah. And then she also played really good the away win that they had over the last week.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's been playing good. I mean, everyone's gelling together, and it's nice and it's great. But again, the center back, the defense looked pretty bad in this game, Abe.
Giving up that first goal was just really tough and unavoidable. Like I think you kind of said it. Like we noticed it pretty quickly too. Like why are they passing it? Like they just didn't seem like very connected. And eventually they kind of like solidified and like got calm out there. But they were like Portland knew exactly how to pressure the like both center backs and just completely like took advantage of a bad pass.
And this definitely could have been a situation where you have Facer, who usually is more defensive and holding and can provide different options, and Kimi hasn't really been playing there too much. And they probably felt lost. They're like, oh, this player should have been here typically, but Kimi's not there. The passing, just you can't be doing that stuff. And again, Kristen McNabb had probably one of her worst nights as a wave player. Also a bit unlucky with that bounce off the post.
I mean, yeah, they created a bit unlucky for Portland with a bad deflection off a header in the midfield to start that play that ended up in the Dian's goal. So, at this point, it's kind of like, wow, is it sustainable for a lead wave to keep a lead? Like, really haven't seen too much. We've seen 2 games. One of them, they lost 1-0. They were playing well. They came back. They played better. They got the result. And now here, can this team sustain a victory? Can they be on the offense while still defending well and blocking those transitions? But what I did see from Wave is a lot of build-up plays that Jonas has to be happy about. And the chaos that's created in these moments, sometimes that's what you have to do. And being able to finish them, I think, is the thing that's the difference with the San Diego Wave, that they're taking their chances and not just waiting an eternity with the ball in the box and just taking a shot. Taking a shot, it's going to be spilled out, and eventually San Diego Wave gets rewarded.
Yeah, I mean,
go ahead, Abe.
Yeah, but this moment here, like Gia Corley is the first one, takes a shot, and Ludmila, instead of like taking her time, she immediately takes a shot too. It doesn't go in, but it still creates enough chaos that like Dudinha, she actually gets the time to say, hold on, no chance for a shot here. But because there's so many players in the box that just took a shot, Leah Godfrey wide open in the middle to finally finish. So like, and I think in the past maybe we would have seen Dudinha maybe like pull it out and then wait for something to happen, but like all the Wave players are connected and know like just be up there and then something's gonna happen. So Leah Godfrey being open for that goal is just like great like teamwork out of them, and I think just comes from like the coaching that they received, it seems.
It's not an easy tap in either. It's a kind of like a really tough spot to be in because yes, you're wide open, but the pass is going to your left and you kind of have to swing your leg more than just having that full control when you do a natural kick. You kind of have to swing your leg just light enough for the ball just smacks off your foot and goes in.
Yeah.
And it goes up. Like those, si pones la pata dura, if you put a hard leg, that ball goes flying. So that's the IQ that Godfrey has, and we've been talking about it because she looked great in the Coachella Invitational. 3 goals now. I mean, after this moment, it was 2 goals. She is going to be a very important player for this whole season.
I still don't think through, and then we'll talk about it in a couple games too, that Freeman necessarily has been tested all too much. So we'll see what that means for the goalkeeping position. But so far, still part of the team that has 3 consecutive victories, and is playing at a good level. She's doing what she needs to be doing. Can Luisa do this also? Maybe not yet, just in the communication with the defense. But Freeman has really stepped up pretty well in net. I mean, still has these little moments of like, yeah, there's that lack of experience, but she's cleans things up well.
Yeah, I definitely would agree. She really had nothing to do on Saturday, but this game there was a couple moments where she had to kind of get out there, at least direct the defense a little bit on a set piece, things like that. So it looked pretty a lot more comfortable, I think, even a little bit more comfortable than Didi Hericic at times, it seemed. So at the very least, she's a solid option or backup option to have, and it's what I do have to say though. It's from seeing a lot of reaction across the NWSL this week, it has been only a week of games. Yeah, it was 3 games, technically 4 games into the season. It's a good place to kind of judge and assess where the teams are at. But this is 3 games in 1 week. Some teams could be having a really just awesome week where they're just performing really well, firing all cylinders, but it's hard to completely draw this out over a full season. But 9 points is still 9 points, so you still have to give them credit for getting those results. But I don't know how much we should be giving. I don't know if you can make Leah Godfrey a starter for the full season just based off of a week of games. Obviously we saw her do well in Coachella. I think she's probably earned a couple more starts, but drawing this out just because of a week of matches feels a little bit overreactionary to me.
Well, so what are you saying there? Should Gabi still get the start?
No, I think Godfrey's earned the start for a couple of weeks, but people are saying rookie of the year and things like that.
Well, yeah. I mean, you start having those shouts early. That happens in every sport, Abe.
Yeah, I guess that's true. You could say definitely rookie of March.
I mean,
yeah, she should get a EAFC special card.
Yeah,
week.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from, Abe. I see that for sure. But I think since this is the only time frame we have, that's why we have to go based off it.
That's true.
And Leah Godfrey, 3 goals in 3 games. That's impressive. And in any soccer team, in anything like that, we talk about Hormiga Gonzalez for Chivas, right? Oh yeah, 13 goals in 17 games. Fantastic. If he goes 3 goals in 3 games, the whole media is talking about it. It's not an easy thing to do.
Abe is still not a believer. Noted. Ooh.
Yep.
You just
Tanya,
got
write
put.
that down.
You just
Tanya.
got put on a list. You
Write that down.
You
listen,
got
okay.
cursed.
If we're, I believe the San Diego Wave is going to make the NWSL playoffs. I also believe last season that I highly rated their performances against teams that weren't as great as some of the upper echelon teams in the NWSL. And a win against Utah is good. A win against Chicago is good. A win against Portland's good, but Chicago's not a great team. Portland's a pretty solid team. Utah's not a great team. So talk to me when it's against the Gothams, the Washington Spirits, the Angel City. Angel City is a good team.
I'll talk to you. We shall talk to you when it comes.
I'll be
you're going all the way, Abe.
And also midweek match. I don't know, man. Like it's like the Wave are strong. Don't get me wrong. I might even after 4 weeks bump them up to 4 games, bump them up to top like 5. But it's still pretty strong across the league.
You're gonna get cut.
Hey,
next time Tanya comes across you.
This team is playing like this offensively, and then you signed Cat Macario. Come on now, Abe.
Well,
when's Cat Macario gonna play?
We'll find out here in a bit. But let's finish this Wednesday game off here because once again, well, not once again, but Melanie Barcenas making an appearance here. Dudinha. The question was, would you choose Dudinha or Godfrey for Player of the Week for Wave?
Dudinha.
Cuba.
Dudinha.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, I mean, yes, the numbers there, but it's all created and a lot of it in part of Dudinha's play.
This pass from Kenza though.
Oof.
The easy pass is going to the right to Gabi, but she crosses this, gives it to Mel B, and yeah, a little bit of luck there. Same as luck as the Portland goal, right, where the post lands back to the attacking player. Like she gets a lucky bounce here that is in her favor, but she still gets the goal. And she does the good old surfing celebration.
Dang.
We've seen this one before.
Putting Jaden Shaw on notice. You think they talked about it? Like just an exchange? Or is it like a little chip on the shoulder?
Do it.
Good shot, good follow through here. And good stuff by Mel B, who's, again, coming in and having a much better season. And she's maturing with her game. Like she's going in and not just doing step overs for the sake of doing step overs. Seems to be a purpose for those step overs, and she still gets them in when she wants to. And there's not a lot of players who can turn that on a dime and have that special quality to move the ball in this league. From what I've been able to see, there's a few and far between that have those two abilities. Yes, they can go ahead and maybe be good, skillful with the ball at their feet, but do they finish? Not really. Are they really that dangerous? Or they're very dangerous, but it's very fundamental and it's strong and rooted in again, like fundamental play. But if Mel B can be that X factor and just move into those spaces, it's going to be very interesting for the Wave moving forward.
Yeah, I think Jiva like asked Jonas a little bit about like Mel B's usage and how she's like being like integrated, how like much she's grown in this team. And I think Jonas had like a pretty good answer and kind of like it was a little bit revealing in the sense that like she was injured last year.
Yes.
And to end the year last year, she kind of was dealing with a knock at the start of this season, which is why she's like coming off the bench, she's kind of said. And like having that defined role coming off the bench has kind of done wonders for her because like she knows that she can go all out for the 20 minutes that she is in or the 30 minutes that she's in. And like that's all that they need from her. And like she does that pretty much in every game, but I think even in the past, but like she's kind of been protected by her own injury, I think you could say, right?
Yes, because she came in at a more ideal time to those things kind of aligned for her at this point, and it's good for San Diego Wave because now you have an even more difficult decision. I think I asked Jonas about this, like, hey, these decisions are getting very interesting for you to make, and who's going to get the start because off the bench players are doing great. Players who are starting are doing great. The players who are now starting, who are coming off the bench, are still doing great. So everything is trending in a positive way. So I think for San Diego Wave, it's going to be a right now they're in a very, very, very good spot. And the team is in form. I would say very, very early on, as Abe would like to point out, as he is now the anti-Wave. I'm kidding. That is a joke. He is not. According to
I'm looking at the standings. I felt like I was a little bit haterish at the. I do think they're probably top 4 right now.
Nah.
If I power ranked them right now, it'd be top 4.
El anti-wave.
Anti-wave. Oh, el anti-wave. Oh, Abe is
Anti-wave.
anti-wave.
Oh,
yeah.
el anti-wave.
So that match ended
El show ya
3-1. And then what ends up happening, you don't have to travel too far into Friday morning, because
Here comes a new challenger.
for the rest of the NWSL, Cat Macario is announced for San Diego Wave FC.
You really chopped up that last name, buddy.
Cat Macario?
Macario.
Oh, I said it American name.
Yeah. Yeah,
Say it
no.
with your Portuguese accent, Tony. Try it again.
Yeah.
Catarina Macario. Macario. I don't know. I'm not. I've learned. I've
She
learned
is
my
softer,
lesson.
I've noticed. Also, it was kind of funny. She said like all the Brazilian players' names, but she like dipped in her Portuguese accent for a second and kind of like proved that like everyone's been saying it wrong this whole time. Like she was like Dujinha, Lumilha.
Wave made this
Ludmilla.
announcement Friday morning at 7 a.m. and then had a press conference at 9 a.m. With sporting director, GM, Camilo Ashton, Catarina Macario, and Wave owner from the, ¿cómo se llama la familia? The
Leichman,
Levine. Overall, Abe, impressions of this press conference?
Not the greatest introductory press conference that we've been to. It was. I'm not sure. It was just. I feel like press wise, I feel like usually there's a few more of us there, so we have a couple more questions. So it maybe lasts a little bit longer. We get to go into different areas. I feel like there are places that I made mistakes and probably should have went to and talked about in the press conference that I thought would have been a little bit more interesting. I kind of went for the easy questions as far as why Wave and how the process go, but I feel like those are the important ones to start with. So that's why I went there. But it was okay. I think Catarina Macario is just, she's been doing this a long time, and I think when you have something that's like so perfect and like all the pieces work together, it's kind of hard to like have a lot of crazy things to say. But it was all pretty standard, pretty exciting. I think you got the best one of the best quotes out of Macario from the press conferences.
And then Chiva enters the chat.
Yes.
Historically, Chiva has been excellent.
Okay,
at
well,
questions.
let's paint the picture, because Abe and I are sitting there in the second row, and the Wave comms cousin is like, all right, who wants to kick us off? And we all know,
looking at me and
Tony. We always have Tony for first question, and gets it out of the way, and then we kind of have time to like, what should we ask? I look at Abe and I'm like, I'm not taking the first fucking question. Like, and Abe goes, I guess I'll go. So now we're like, all right.
Yeah, Tony's really good at doing first question. They call him first question Tony
first question, Tony. Yeah, 100%. First question Tony. People were like, hey, where's first question Tony? And we're like,
like Tony, I don't know what it is about Tony, but he knows how to like set the stage. Like he says, like, here you go. Let's start here.
And look,
I was kind of a little bit but
I always feel like
it's not softballs though. It's not softballs. That is the difference. Softballs is like, so you're so awesome. Please explain why you're so awesome. Tony's like, hey, this is this.
Yeah.
Let's start here.
I feel like for Wave press conferences, for the most part, the media tends to be a little lenient. And I mean, this is a great signing, right? It's a big contract, the biggest contract in women's soccer history. And you're paying this much money for a player that hasn't been the healthiest in the last 2 seasons. there's a big risk in doing that. SanDiego FC did it with Chucky Lozano. They knew he's injury prone and he got injured during the season. But Catarina Macario had a torn ACL, having knee issues with the other knee as well. Has played Abe, you told me how many games in the last 2 seasons? Like,
I don't know.
She made 17 appearances, but only 8 starts with Chelsea, and then
crazy,
she was the Golden Boot leader for the U.S. Women's National Team in 2025. So that's important.
Yeah, and it's great, but hasn't played since December.
Yeah,
we're late March now, going to April. So then Abe and I were kind of talking, and I said, okay, I'm just going to ask about her health right now, like her recovery, and maybe when she expects to start.
And then came Chiba.
Alejandro with SanDiego.Futbol. Cat, your last match played was back in December, and you had a couple of injuries the last couple of seasons. Where are you at with the recovery, with your fitness level, and how soon do you see yourself playing the first game with the club?
Yeah, so, unfortunately, injuries are a part of the game. And I think that's, something that's, worth, I guess, like when you play, it's a risk that you have to be willing to take.
No, keep playing.
Go, keep playing. Okay,
yeah, keep playing.
I think, when you're home, it almost just makes everything better. I think obviously having played in Chelsea, maybe the skies are a little bit too gray for me. So I think with the sunshine, I think it'll help heal me a little bit quicker, a little bit more. So, obviously it was unfortunate, the past, like 2 or 3 years, but I'm confident that SanDiego Wave's medical team will be able to help me. And that, I think the son as well, just being close to family and friends, I think it helps heal you a little bit more, for sure.
But when do you think you'll play for Wave, Kat?
Just wait for the sun.
It's the sunshine will help. And don't get me wrong, the sun does wonderful things.
Yeah, sure.
Like, it helps, but it's not gonna fix your knee. And that was a little jab at Chelsea, and a lot of people were talking about it on social media, saying like, the skies were a little gray over there, the sunshine here. Shit, do you know the history with this SanDiego Wave team? Because it hasn't been sunshine for a while.
Abe.
Yeah, this is not the ideal answer you want to hear, especially when you're asking questions to an injured player. Because let's say it's heel injury, but she's like, we're gonna come back. I've dealt with a lot in my past 2 years, but you know what? I think I've moved past that. I'm at the point now where I have something small right now, but I need to get accustomed to this team, and I'm excited to get back as soon as possible and playing games with this new team, playing in the NWSL. That's the answer you most likely want to hear, right? But when you hear I don't know, the sunshine's going to help a lot. Skies are a little gray, blah, blah, blah. Here, I'm excited to be back home. And then
that tells me you're still freaking injured, and you're not going to play probably till after the summer where the sunshine starts hitting pretty hard.
maybe she was kind of joking and trying to hint toward us. Like, Jonas doesn't like people saying exact timeline, so maybe this is her way of saying when the sunshine is out, guys.
After the summer.
But again, to that point, I don't think she was ready to be asked that question, and I'm glad that you were in that moment to ask that question and just put her in a. You just see her bobbing and weaving.
That I had that day requested off from work already, and it worked out. Right after that, I had to go to Mar Vista Academy to barbecue for my girlfriend's cheer team because they had their cheer camp. I'm over here cooking burgers and hot dogs after.
All right, dude, you're such a catch, dude. We get it.
Anybody wants to donate to Mar Vista Academy's cheer team snap race, let me know.
Jonas Eidevall needs to get more sunshine. He actually has. He actually definitely has. But you're paying for a player. That's the point right there.
Yes, you paid $300,000 to get her now. And if she doesn't play a game in the next 3 weeks, I'm concerned and saying, why didn't you wait till after the summer and get her for free if she was still hurt?
Ooh. Yeah, what's up with that, Abe?
I think Tanya made a good point earlier that you would want your training staff and your people to be watching her and helping her in a rehab process, especially when you're making a long, like 4-season commitment to her. So from that angle, I think that's probably fair, especially considering where Chelsea's at right now. It seems like a lot of players are leaving Chelsea and kind of not super jazzed with their future. They kind of had a moment where they had to choose between like their sporting director / their head coach. They kind of had the sporting director left Chelsea, and Catarina Macario made a point to like thank everyone, thank the sporting director, but didn't thank the new coach. So a lot of people are kind of taking things from that level, I think, which is kind of fair. So
There's some shade thrown at the medical staff.
Also, the shade, a lot of people concerned about Chelsea's medical staff, which is just like, maybe it is just too gray out there. I don't know, but like this is not like the most ideal start to a wave, to a player you're giving $8 million to over until 2030.
She's not the first player that goes to Chelsea, at least an American player that goes to Chelsea,
Local player.
gets hurt with a pretty serious injury, and then after that doesn't get the minutes anymore at Chelsea, and then goes to the NWSL. Ring a bell? Does Big Fish ring a bell? Same thing happened to her. Gets hurt, doesn't play after, goes to NWSL. Currently hurt again, but
Damn. Shout out Kaiser Permanente. Yeah.
Es todo. Bueno, sí, the sunshine, they're going to prescribe.
Yeah, prescribed sunshine in pill form for that as well. All right.
Okay,
so,
but Brad, if she doesn't play by May, does that raise flags now? Right? There's been some sunshine out right now. It was gloomy today, though. The sky was pretty gray today.
Loved it, actually. Loved it for us. All right. So that was Friday into what was going to go ahead and happen. And Naomi Yerma also hasn't been the same player since joining over there. And I have to agree. Was a magic touch.
It's Chelsea's plan.
Chelsea's
plan, dude, to get it best American players,
ruin
them so that England has a chance at next year's World Cup.
And also, to just real quick, though, like an optimistic devil's advocate side of this, maybe she's like ready for next week, and they're just saying all this to get the rest of the NWSL be like, oh, it's gonna be a while before I have to worry about her.
Cool, could be. That'd be pretty cool.
That's a potential. That's possible.
I would 100% respect that. Where does she fit for this starting 11?
Well, this was the starting 11 the next day after her announcement. Same. Run it back. Laurina Facer in the midfield now.
Gia Curley had a knock, so she didn't start. I was joking earlier. La banquearon. But Abe, any surprises here? I don't think so. I think
no, not really.
Same. It's been solid, except those mistakes.
Yeah, maybe because of the Wednesday match, I thought maybe there'd be a little bit more rotation, but now they trust the lineup, and then especially against Chicago, I think you gotta try and make something happen fast too, considering how they've been playing. I think they won 2-1 on like a freezing day against Kansas City at home, and then their other games they all lost like 3-0 or something. So
yeah,
tough season so far for Chicago.
I'm not gonna lie to everyone. I watched the Mexico game instead of this one, but I was keeping up, and when I saw the stats at halftime, I was like, wait, 12 shots for Wave, 0 for Chicago.
Chicago's not a good team. They're barely a pro team right now. They're hanging on, but again, on the other side of the coin too, SanDiego.FC faces against Montreal in the first game, and just not good, not the best of teams early on. So
could this have been a game where Wave should have won like 5-0?
By the volume, yes. But as the game kind of progresses, it's still some things that didn't go your way. Good shots. Still, there's still another team in front of Wave. Like at the end of the day, there's still decent players that are on the other side trying to keep you from stopping to score. But things just seemed a little too easy at times for San Diego Wave, but they just weren't able to capitalize. And I think that's the biggest thing of being able to capitalize when it's easy. because then it's going to make it easier, or at least a little bit more manageable when you do play against the tough teams, the Gothams, the LAs, the top of the top of NWSL so far. Ahora?
Yeah, I definitely agree. Should have probably gotten a goal in that first half, but there was never any danger. So you did feel like, okay, the goal is gonna eventually come in the second half, as like the defense looked like they kind of got on the same page, especially compared to the Portland match, and weren't really worried about Chicago's attackers. So overall, like just solid performance. Just especially when they're sitting back in the low block, you just know like don't let them get the counter, and they never really let them close to having a good counter.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, you go into the second half in this game, and that's when you really say it, right, Abe? Like, okay, when is it going to happen? Is Godfrey going to get on the scoring sheet again? When is Mel B going to get subbed on? Like, what's going to be the move for Jonas going into the second half? And I think the players deliver again. We're going to go into the second half right now, and cuando el Tony la adelante.
Okay. I'm sorry. Here we go. Oh, she already scored.
No,
spoiler alert. No, this is how you're finding out. I'm sorry. A little bit better of a turnout, I think, bro. Was it a better turnout on Saturday?
Not sure. I didn't get to go.
Oh, yes, that's right. Sorry, Abe.
I got sick, unfortunately. I think it was something I ate on opening day. I'm not sure. Everyone be careful out there. Stomach bugs, food poisoning. Always got to be careful.
When are you going to go to a Wave game?
I'll be there. Haven't been able to. Haven't been able to witness Leah Godfrey.
Yeah, no, dude. It's insane. Are you guys? Oh, look at this comment from Philippe. Guys like Lumila's performance. She hasn't gotten a goal, but I know she's got other on-field values. I like her better than Adriana Leon.
Who put a post of like, I'm sorry guys, like I'm injured. I'll be back. And everybody's like, nobody asked, but okay.
What?
That was not necessary. She's injured. No need to take shots while she's injured. That was messed up.
Nadie preguntó, güey. Because Ludmila's doing fine. This offense is firing. Like they don't need the addition of Adriana Leon at this point. I don't believe so. That tenacity.
I think that's fair, and like Ludmila is a lot faster too, which provides that other threat that I think other NWSL defenses have to worry about, especially Chicago, who she was on Chicago last year, so they know they have to worry about that, and then it does like leave other players open. But like Leah Godfrey getting the first goal was just great. You have like the compounding run, all that stuff, and then but the like Melanie Vacena's goal was just. We talked about it earlier, just unreal. Dudina's always kind of been finding herself in the right place, it seems like, for this like season. So to be able to like make the pass, let Melanie Vacenas like do something crazy it was just like really, really interesting for the Wave in the future.
After the Wednesday game, I asked Jonas about like, hey, what do players need to do kind of like coming off the bench? What do you want them to do? Like, do they have to get on the scoring sheet, make that impact? For them to earn a start? And Jonas is like, it's different things, right? Like it's every player plays a role in a game because even the starting 11 is not the same 11 that finishes a game. And he did mention like, some players are going to be coming off the bench and they're going to score goals because that's their role, to come off the bench the last 30 minutes and be electric and score. Whereas, you compare it to Mikey Vara's answer last season about that when Oni Valakari kept scoring early in the season, mentioned, players need to, show something in the game for them to start. Jonas says every starting 11 can potentially look different and it's chosen every week. Obviously, there are players that are untouchable, but if they go on a bad run, Jonas will bench them.
What I really like seeing about San Diego Wave is, look, 72nd minute, and you're having this high press and you're just going after them. You're not letting this game go after you. In their essentially, between the midfield and their final third for Chicago, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players crowding and not leaving any sort of outlet and just suffocating any sort of attack. If I go forward, if I go backwards, if I go wherever I need to go, Dudiña lays it off, does what she needs to do, pulls, like you like to say, Chiva, jala marca, and takes care of a defender that otherwise would have been in the middle of it, or just gives that extra option right there of, I'm going to make my run. I'm going to make this defender also run with me. So I'm also going to be ready for, that layoff that's eventually going to happen because Udiña is dangerous. Mel cuts to the side. One touch. Goal.
Yeah, no, it's at the end of the day, the finish, she creates the space to take the shot with the skill moves that she's been displaying. And now it's that second part. All right, do the skill moves. Great. What happens? What comes next? And now she gets the space and she gets the shot as well. So it's a great goal. Just the finishing was like amazing. We talked about the goal already. Mel B gets on it again. Martin?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I don't really have much to add on the Mel B front, but they also just kind of like, after that goal, I don't think they for like a moment, for like another like 3 minutes, they were like, oh, are they going to score again? And then they're kind of like calm enough and well positioned defensively that they're able to like pass the ball around and still like ice the game out without completely parking the bus, which I think I also enjoyed too. Like knowing that they're not just gonna like sit back and let pressure come onto them. They know how to like park the bus still in their own like Jonas Eidevall style of pushing high and like moving forward, but without like completely making the game unwatchable. So it was really, really cool to see.
San Diego Wave getting 9 points. Who would have thought? Tell you who. Chiba.
Sure did. I sure did. And I'm
You really are the Wave Whisperer.
I got the receipt right here.
Oh, do you really? Pull it up. Pull it up.
Like lacking depth, I think, in like the midfield and on defense for Chicago.
Damn,
I think they pull off the 6 points.
All 6.
Oh, crazy. I think they get all 6 points.
You've had some hot takes this episode, Chiba, and I think that's your hottest take. 6
And
points out of a very tough
what?
match against Portland.
Yeah, I think they pull it off. It's a Wednesday game. Gonna be fluky for Portland. They have to travel midweek. Wave stay home, and they'll win on Saturday. Yeah, I think Kimi Ascanio gets a goal against Portland.
You said, do we see Agudelo or do we see Freeman? And we saw Freeman. There you go. On point. On point for Chiba. Good job.
Did you say top 3 again this year, or you just said?
I said playoffs.
Playoffs. Okay.
Yeah.
At this point, are you willing to give them top 3?
You're getting baited into it.
No,
because
you never know what can happen, my friend.
An
An injury. They can just go on a bad run the second half of the season like they did last year. Because at this point last season, they were looking this good too.
With this too, international breaks usually wreck this whole league sometimes. And those are going to start coming up.
Not the league. They wreck Wave.
That too, especially with the amount of international players that they have. But that's something to look at, the sustainability of it. Have good players, good young players, good pieces, and players who are coming up and playing above probably what anybody was expecting them to. Again, looking at that right back position to fill in, which you lose with Hannah Lundqvist gone.
So going back to Macario, right? When she's healthy, she has to start. You're paying her all this money. She has to start.
Or do you think they did it now to try to boost tickets?
That too. That's a big part of it.
Boost tickets.
I think that's a big part of it for sure. And I mean, why not? You've gotten all this incoming money from deals that you've made. Like, make a splash. Give the fans something to root for. But when she's healthy and she has to start, who do you take out of that rotation up top? You change formation to play Like, I don't think Jonas is the type to be like, yeah, we're gonna change everything to adapt to Macario. No. You got to fit into the system. So where do we see Macario?
Yeah, I didn't see Jonas at the press conference, so
They had
see
training.
how much. Yes, they had training, but with an important player like that, like you move training or you move the announcement.
They could have trained at Snapdragon if they wanted to, but
yeah,
there was a funny moment. Also.
We were not allowed to touch the grass, Abe.
Oh, you should.
We're not allowed to touch the grass, and we didn't bring it up because we wanted to talk about it on the podcast. Thank you, Abe. Because
what happened?
I don't think they've told Macario everything, like on how this whole San Diego soccer world works with Snapdragon Stadium.
Probably not,
because
he was playing at Old
they
Trafford.
go, oh, that's the one thing they
Stamford
told
Bridge.
me, like, do not step on the grass. And Macario jokes, well, the owner's here, so we can.
Mm-hmm.
And Abe and I look at each other like, I don't think she knows that this team owns the stadium.
Or doesn't own the stadium?
That they don't. Yeah, exactly. Macario's dad in Portuguese was also looking at the field and had a very negative tone.
Oh.
It wasn't negative. It was just he mentioned something about the pitch. I did not understand him, but he definitely said the word pitch in Portuguese.
Should have been there.
Yeah, should have, man. Missed opportunity. But yeah, it was a little weird. The whole day, the whole thing felt a little weird to me. I don't even know where we were going. Oh yeah, where is he gonna play?
Real quick. Let's talk about introductory press conferences because they matter, but they also don't matter that much. Chucky Lozano told you that he might retire with San Diego FC and could see himself retiring.
Yeah, he did.
He could be. I asked him if this was his last club, and I mean, so far it's probably could be.
Yeah, that's potentially true. I don't know, thinking back on what that press conference meant, it's like it felt like, wow, this is like completely like game changer. It's a crazy place to start as a team, what they're doing, and then now looking back now, it's like that press conference basically meant nothing. Like they had a guy who was an assistant sporting director sitting next to Chucky Lozano, who we didn't even know exactly who he was, and then turned out to be the guy. Yeah, so like introductory press conferences, while they can be cool, at the same time, everything they say is all excitement and rainbows, and you kind of have to, at some point, take things with a grain of salt because anything can change. For all we know, there could be a point where Jonas and Cami Ashton decide that like it's the same thing that happens to Chucky Lozano. You never know. Like they decide doesn't fit into the plan, not a holistic fit or something, and Catarina Macario doesn't end up playing with the Wave. I doubt that happens. I know I'm mostly joking about that, but introductory press conferences are kind of a little bit whatever,
This comment though, so Macario probably loves training at the field surf trains at, probably bring back good memories. That's the one player that I can think of which you avoided to tell other players.
It was a selling point.
It was a selling point. Like, come train where you used to train as a kid.
Yeah, come to our trailers. And
she joked at the press conference. She's like, there used to be horses, and now they're not here anymore.
Again, but yeah, we're not answering the question. Where does she play? Who gets rotated out? Is it Gia Corley
in the 10?
Who just got a contract extension?
Yeah, probably. I mean,
does she just take over the 9 spot instead, and that's where she will play now as a 9, false 9?
But when does this happen? That's the biggest question that needs to be answered before anything. Is when does she's available to play, and if she's available to play, how are the other players kind of doing? How are they informed? I mean, you just saw Godfrey take over Portillo's starting position too. So I mean, these things can happen, and
I think we could I think you say maybe move Ludmila to the right wing, put Macario in the 9. I think they probably start her in the they probably start her in the 9, but not as a starter. She'll be making like appearances, coming on as a sub, coming back from injury, and then maybe you keep Ascanio in the 10 and let them like keep switching, and like because it's such like a good place to be in too, because like Macario can come back and play the 10 as well. So I think you want to put someone in the 10 that's a little bit more comfortable moving up to the 9, just to keep it a little bit interesting that way. If they like just start moving back and forth, but there's a lot of great options that they do. Ludmila at the 9 has been pretty good too, though.
Yeah, no, I think it's just a matter of Gia Corley having a couple bad games and then being like, oh, well, that's why we brought her. Because what we've known about Corley for 2 seasons now is that she's not very consistent. Does that change the season? Who knows? It's still a long season, right, Abe?
I mean, you have Mel B shooting, so
what if Mel B takes a starting spot too? That's a whole nother thing. That's crazy.
The biggest decision. It's a good problem to have. Jonas said the other day on a press conference that it's a good problem to have at this point.
Pero la defensa, sheesh.
Yeah, no, you have to.
Again, I think you scored with the signing of Mimi and Sandon. Like, I think she's been playing great at the right back. Kennedy Wesley is obviously a leader. If you had Trinity Armstrong, I think you're at a much better spot. And I think in the future, they're at a good spot with Trinity Armstrong and Kennedy Wesley. Kristen McNabb is the player at the spot right now. You have Daniela Arias, who still hasn't gotten minutes despite a 3-game week.
Yeah. I don't know what the problem is there. I don't know. The center back, Colombian center back situation for San Diego teams.
Maybe she starts for her national team, but not for the club team. Maybe Jonas prefers McNabb and Kennedy Wesley.
Clearly he does.
Clearly does.
For sure. But to wrap things up here, if you think, yes.
Real quick, something also to mention, maybe you put Macario on the left side because Pro Moroni previously played with her back at Olympic Lyon.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a good.
They're not moving Dudinha from the left wing spot right now. That is insane.
That's true. That's true.
That is insane. She has been the best player so far for Wave. But to move forward from this weekend, Wave will play on Friday, April 3rd, against one of the new expansion teams, one of the worst teams in the league so far after 3 weeks, Boston Legacy. Abe, what have we seen from Boston besides losing all 3 other games so far?
They're definitely a really, really physical team, and the coach really cares about being physical and has kind of been frustrated at NWSL referees for like having conversations with the players. It's kind of weird. He had like an interesting like quote and like press conference the other day, but Boston's kind of I don't think they look like completely great, and they're kind of making up for their lack of like true identity with like aggressiveness and just trying to like cause fouls and be like aggressive when they don't have the ball. And I don't think great teams kind of can do that consistently, especially if they're not like so great on defense that they're actually like getting the ball. If they're just like making like challenges all the time, it kind of just like messes a lot of things up. So I think Boston can be a solid team, but like coming out of the gates, it's been looking not so great. So I expect a Wave to like handle this pretty well. They should. Like it's at Gillette Stadium, so it's a huge stadium. I don't think they're going to get that big of a crowd as they did on their home. Boston got on their home opener against Gotham, but it's still going to be a pretty solid crowd out there.
I agree. I think Wave scored 3 goals in this one. I think they go 3-1, maybe a 3-0. Give it a clean sheet. Why not? Yeah, no, I agree. I think they pull it off. I mean, traveling to the East Coast is not for the weak.
The first test to do so. So we'll see if they can hold and maintain that second position in the standings early in the season here. But again, if you want to go and check a little bit more out in terms of what Cat Macario is going to go ahead and be for San Diego Wave's future, go ahead and check out Abe's write-up here on the cutback.
Yes.
Why Catarina Macario is the future of San Diego Wave.
Can we talk about this as well? The 63,000 fans in attendance for the Denver game
Summit.
Like, that was pretty cool, right, Abe?
That was pretty cool. It's unfortunate that the match was a 0-0 draw. Could you imagine going to like 63,000? There's probably somebody in Denver like, oh, I've never been to a women's soccer match before. There's a new team. This is so cool. This is so fun. And to get like a 0-0 draw, especially with like so many great offensive players on both teams, that's just kind of sad. There was okay chances, and it seemed like at the end both teams were like, okay, fine, just somebody score, but like no one could like get that final touch, which
is this just a Denver effect, or is this also a Trinity Rodman and Washington coming to Denver effect?
I think it's a little bit of both. It's their first home game too, so they did a really, really good job of like marketing it all and getting people excited. Denver is one of the top like women's soccer cities too. They get like a lot of U.S. women's national team players come out of Denver and the whole system they have there. I think the altitude definitely helps when training up there, and they have just good systems all around. They've been kind of clamoring for a professional team for a while, so I think Rodman definitely played a factor, but Denver was ready for a big match game, big match feel. That's the word I'm looking for. Big match feel.
Well, that mile high.
Well, it wasn't the highest attended 0-0 game of the weekend. That goes to Mexico versus Portugal with 84,000.
Hay que hablar de la selección, chavales.
Sure. All right. So, anything else for San Diego Wave?
No, I think that's it. Boston this weekend still going to be a tough match, like you said.
3-0. 3-1.
All right. 2-1, Abe. 2-0 for me. 2-0. Clean sheet.
Solid.
Freeman maybe gets tested. If she gets tested, maybe that's where the one comes in. But all right, that's been San Diego Wave for today. I'm going to play it again. Well, there's no San Diego FC. There hasn't been any San Diego FC.
They do play this weekend, though.
They do play this weekend. What I do know is that there have been sources to point out that
press the button.
There were some activities with a fellow border town team, potentially the rivals of the Baja Cup. Over this last couple of weeks, last couple of days, San Diego FC played against Cholos. Due to some international sources, I do believe San Diego FC came on top 2-1 in that little exhibition. So there you go. So still training, still the players who aren't on international duty, still here locally getting their runs in, but it's it's an international break for everybody. So Cholos also has that international break. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened on that front. For it. So let's look into San Jose a little bit. San Jose coming on up. San Diego plays up in the Bay Area, but San Jose is very different from what they were last time these two faced each other, and that was at San Jose. That was Marcus Invarson's one and only the best appearance that he had up until this season.
Yeah, no, I mean, this San Jose team is looking pretty strong. I mean, they just signed Timo Werner. Like, Timo Werner is available now to play and start and do all the things. And he's a player that is still at a really decent age of his career and can definitely be a game changer. I mean, San Jose is coming off a huge result before the international break, beating Vancouver 1-0. And they're sitting 1 point ahead of San Diego FC at the moment.
1 point ahead, and it's looking like San Diego FC will have their work cut out for them because they're going to be playing in a very, beneficial place for San Jose on the surface of PayPal Park. I believe, right next to that airport that they got up there in San Jose. But this is a very fast-paced team to kind of match the style of what San Diego FC does, also bring on the counterattack. So it's going to be interesting to see if they are able to go ahead and hold off San Jose on those counterattacks. But they're very physical and they know how to move the ball. This can be a very exciting match coming up with two clashing styles that are very familiar. So maybe potentially a lot of goals. But the way that San Diego FC is playing right now, I think they have what it takes to kind of edge everybody out in terms of that performance up top when you just let Honest Dryer go. Or this can be a game that opens things up finally for Amal Pellegrino, who, again, that's where he came from. He was at the basement of San Jose, and then he came over and dethroned Chucky Lozano and took his spot.
Let's remember that for this game, Chris McVeigh won't be available because he got a red card against Salt Lake City.
Very
so it's
important.
going to be Manu Dua along with Ian Pilcher. It has to be Ian Pilcher. That's what it was for Toluca when Dua got the red. So we'll see what happens. A young center back line against a very attacking, fast-paced team, which they've only allowed one goal this season. I think that's something important to note. So this is going to be a tough match for San Diego FC. It's on the road. It's in San Jose. It's one of the California games. Last season, you pride yourself in, being undefeated in California. Let's see how much that plays a role. And do you guys think they can pull this one off?
I think they can. It's going to be tough. Bruce Arena is obviously there's a lot been said about him and all the nonsense that got him fired from that last MLS job, which is really bad on his end. But knows how to manage a team and bring them to a high quality. And I think San Jose looks like pretty solid this year. And I think this is going to be a tough one, especially coming off this international break. But Honors Dryer, for some reason, after every international break, always looks really, really strong.
¿Por qué no juega, güey?
I don't know, dude. But I mean, dude, you look at Denmark's team; it's pretty solid too. So it's hard to see oh, you need to start him. Obviously, MLS, I'm sure that plays a role as well. National team coaches probably thinking to themselves MLS, come on, that's how you feel, right, Chiva? If you're playing in MLS, especially if you're in Europe's so much better. All these European players, Chiva, the coaches from Europe are listening to you. And I think
there are a couple of places in Europe where I will say maybe it is better to play anywhere else. Cyprus is one of them. And I'm only saying because Memo Ochoa should not start over Tala Rangel. But he plays in Cyprus. Who else played in Cyprus? Oh, yeah, Oni Valakari. Important to note. What's the other place? I think that's it. But yes, look, Honors Dryer was the runner-up MVP candidate last season. This guy came in and tore up the league and is still tearing it up. This guy is the second best player in the MLS. And he doesn't start for Denmark. He doesn't get minutes in one of the most important games.
Maybe you're saving him for tomorrow, which is the most important game.
You want to bet me $100 that he doesn't start tomorrow?
I don't think he starts. Does he get minutes?
No. Unless they're up by 5.
Maybe he gets some minutes. I think that's a possibility. I'm not betting $100 though. I'll bet you $1.
You should bet $1.
No, we don't bet anymore, remember?
I'll bet the $1.
Yeah, we can't bet. I mean, this was Denmark's starting 11. Isaacson there on the right wing where Honors Dryer would be playing, scored a brace in the matchup again for UEFA qualifiers for the World Cup against North Macedonia.
This is a 24-year-old that's playing at Lazio in Serie A and is scoring goals and is playing and, he plays in a very competitive league.
Yeah, but he can play centrally. But then Højlund is right there.
Højlund, come on. Ex-United legend on loan right now.
On the right, say, hey, you want to go ahead and have him on the other wing? Well, Damsgaard got it covered. He got a goal too. It wasn't the most competitive match, 4-0. But coming up, Honors Dryer and Company versus Chechnya. And that's the next stop on this tour. And so if they win, then they move into another playoff match, right?
No, I think if they
Oh, that's
win,
it, right?
That's
That's
it.
it.
They qualify.
That's it, right?
If they win, they will face Mexico el 23 de junio, which is the game that we're planning on going to. But look at that. SanDiego.Futbol covering Anders Dreyer on the World Cup's bench in Denmark.
Chechnya.
Chechnya, not Chechenja. This is it, man. 11:45 a.m. tomorrow. Tune in to watch your runner-up MVP ride the bench into the World Cup.
when Anders Dreyer is, if you're San Diego FC and you see Anders Dreyer on the bench and having the conversations with the national team out and away, do you think there's a little part of you that's like, man, I hope they're not telling him to come back to Europe? Because this is also something that we talked about during the off season. That was his Anders Dreyer's first response to Chiba, like, anything can happen, blah 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 blah.
In football, anything can happen.
Yeah, anything can happen. Like, is this the catalyst for Anders Dreyer saying, damn, I really do need to come back to Europe. I want to be playing real minutes for my national team. If I have to play in Europe to make that happen, then maybe it's time to make the move back to Europe.
Yes. Absolutely.
That's worried. That's a real worry that you think that they're having. And
so that's what you say, though. But I'll put it to you this way: he was playing in Europe and wasn't making the national team. He broke into the national team by playing in MLS.
I'm pretty sure he was called up.
No, he was a fringe player. He was a fringe player that was on that balance of being called up and not coming into it. So
yeah, true.
So there's that. So there is that on the defense for Anders Dreyer and his MLS adventure.
Because he's playing like full 90 minutes every single game for San Diego FC. Maybe there's a chance in Europe. Maybe he only gets like a 60-minute appearance.
Yeah.
So maybe this is a little bit better for him in San Diego. But I think it's fair to be a little bit worried about that, especially when they're going back for the national team. And you're kind of thinking maybe you could still sell Anders Dreyer's contract as well. It's not that crazy lucrative of a contract that I think a team in Europe wouldn't take on, or he wouldn't take a little bit lower pay cut.
I mean, in May of 2024, he got called up to the Euros 2024.
And
still fringe, though.
That's still, yeah. This one I can get called up to play for Mexico. He was basically getting the same amount of national team wise before San Diego. Yeah, but he's getting consistent call-ups now.
Yeah, but he's still not playing. Like he got called up.
What's your point with that?
That he does need to go to Europe to start playing for the national team.
Okay.
But he's not that good. He's not good enough to go play. He couldn't play in Lazio right now in Serie A and consistently start and get the minutes. I don't think he can consistently do that with any team like that's top tier, like Champions League. Maybe a mid-table Champions League team. And we could say this now, mid-table, top table, because that's the format of Champions League.
Ooh, I hate that so much.
You're telling me right now, would you take Anders Dreyer starting at Chelsea?
No, we got our own problems. We're okay. Tottenham, though, maybe. Any coach. All right. But he is over there exploring it.
Real quick, one more thing on San Jose. I know we didn't have a lot. Alex Pena, Mr. Comaniac, wrote a really good thing on San Jose last season. If you want to go search out Chromatic FC, it's pretty good. You guys should go look out for it. It's an older piece. It's kind of about their first time playing San Jose, but still holds true if you want to learn a little bit more about San Jose, what it's like to go to a game and all that stuff, and a little bit about Alex Pena. It's a really good piece if you guys want to go check that out.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Panamá le jugó a South Africa. Godoy came in as a sub. Just pointing this out. I mean, South Africa's the first team that Mexico's going to play in the World Cup.
I need that intel.
Yeah.
I need Godoy to tell the intel to the 22nd understudy to the Mexican national team, Pablo Cisniega?
Yikes.
I thought you were saying 22 as in like Chucky Lozano.
Oh no. All right. Cool. So we're kind of touching it a little bit. So let's go into and finish off with World Cup stuff.
Yeah, I'm down.
All right, let's finish up here because World Cup is coming up very, very soon. World Cup time.
World Cup.
All
World
right.
Cup.
So we tasked everybody with just some little general discussions. You can start adding it here as well. What are your favorite World Cup moments? And see how far we can go without getting this stream taken down. And just know that if we do get taken down, this is me saying bye for the,
we ain't coming
episode
back.
because FIFA is its own entity for it.
Well, let's
as
try
well.
not to get taken down.
Yeah, let's try not to.
The 2006 boys are in that possible rotation for the Olympics. It'd be cool to see some.
Okay.
I think
That
you
wasn't part of
highlighted, you highlighted that one. Favorite World Cup moment is Germany versus Brazil in that flabbergasting 7-1 win for Alemania at Brazil. Boy, do you remember what you were doing? Thinking, oh, Brazil, Alemania. Yeah, this is going to be a great game. What the F?
It was one of these moments where I was like, oh my God, this isn't happening. So I remember what I was doing.
Abe, you were like 5. Do you remember?
No, I remember this, dude. This is like peak Neymar.
And this is why Neymar is a top 3 best Brazilian of all time. He carried this Brazil team. He got the horrible injury.
Yeah.
Had he not gotten injured, Brazil wins this World Cup.
You think he changes a 7-1 result that much?
Yes, it was the confidence. It was Brazil was dead.
That's
It
true.
wasn't because they weren't good. Brazil was just dead, man. They had just lost their soul. This Brazil was on fire. This was the Brazil that was killing it, except against Mexico contra San Memo.
Couldn't get it done against Ochoa.
Oh my gosh, that game.
This team,
That's probably my up there. Too.
this team that faced Germany, right? This was a quarterfinal, right? Semifinal.
I think it was the semis, no?
Also didn't count with Thiago Silva, who was out, I believe, on accumulation. So he wasn't able to play for this game. But listen to this team for Brazil. Julio Cesar, David Luiz, Marcelo, Dante, Maicon, Fernandinho, Oscar, Luis Gustavo, Hulk, Fred, Bernard.
This was Chelsea Oscar, I believe.
This
still.
is no. Yes.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
after the Olympics.
Yes, he
that
was.
got
Absolutely.
called up,
Because every time we touched him in FIFA, the announcer would remind you the only player to score in that 7-1 thrashing against
Yeah.
Germany at the end. But oh my God, like I was actually working my first summer at the Y, and I was in and out watching this game. I brought my TV to work just to watch it, and I would come in, and every time I came in, there was another goal. And slowly, like Brazil is the team for me. Like, if I wasn't Mexican, I'd hopefully be Brazilian in this other lifetime. But this hurt. This pained me, and it was like, you've ever heard the song American Pie, where it's the day the music died. The day the music, like, because Richie Valens went down, and the blah blah blah, and Big Bopper, and just whatever. Soccer died a little bit for me that day. It pained me so much, just the ease. Then and it was just like in the heart of Brazil, in the Maracanã.
Did this hurt you more than the Nora Penal?
No.
Yeah, okay.
No, but see how I actually thought about it?
Yeah.
Like I thought of, but just because the repercussion of just soccer in general, like the death of Samba, the death of Ronaldinho playing with Roberto Carlos in the locker room, bringing in the tambourines and all that joy, and nothing. They were crushed. It's as if Rocky IV the Russian dude won with a just knockout in the second round. Second, because he barely left Rocky on a thread because he just wanted to play with him a little bit more. And then it just kept going and going and going and going. The thing here that this match should have mattered is because the narrative going into it was also, will Miroslav Klose become the greatest and the greatest striker and the all-time leading scorer in World Cups? He did that with such ease, and it was just so sad seeing the Brazilian fans just cry. And I don't know. It's just, where's the shot? The shot of the old guy holding the World Cup trophy. The fans just being distraught.
This was hilarious to me. Like it was horrible. You know, they've had so many great moments in the World Cup.
I think I just remembered what happened to me during this game. I was this is 2014, so I was 12 years old. This is like this is close to like my peak of like actually playing soccer. So I think it got to like 4-0. I went outside and started juggling the ball. I was bored.
Oh man, I was entertained.
I sat and juggled the ball by myself because I was like, it's over. I don't think I would ever do that as a sports fan now, but being a kid, I'm just like, okay, the game's over. I don't really care.
And that's at 2-0, guys. That moment is at 2-0.
It's because you could tell they were like, ya se había acabado. Like they had no soul in their team, man. Yeah, no. This was okay, Philippe. Was this Philippe's comment? Yep. That's your favorite, man? The pain of so many Brazilians? You sicko. Love it.
I think it was the surprise.
It was a great World Cup moment.
Oh my God! He's stealing all the burgers! Why, you little... I got you! Go!
It's all just an act.
Stop! Stop! He's already dead.
That was Brazil. Pobrecitos.
All right, what else do we have?
Esteban saying, James 2014 volley versus Uruguay. I was at a Colombian bar. It was epic. Ese fue un golazo. Same World Cup.
That was a good World Cup.
2014.
2014
It was
Brazil.
one of the best World Cups.
Let's see if we have this.
James golazo contra Uruguay. This was the James revelation year.
This is the reason why James went and
To Real
existed
Madrid.
over in Real Madrid.
This is why James was one of the greatest attacking midfielders of the time.
Alvaro Pereira hit by James! Oh, what a goal! One of the greats!
I think it was nominated for
This boy's a star! 4 games, 4 goals at World Cup 2014! And that is
What
Yeah,
a beautiful
it's a-
strike.
Golazo, güey.
love that.
That's a good one.
Did we
Esteban.
survive? Are we still on?
Yeah, we're still on. 619 Soccer saying, missing winning. I'm sorry. I gotta give it to you, yes. Messi winning the World Cup was a beautiful moment in World Cup history. Especially the way that final played. That's one of the greatest finals of all time. You can't tell me otherwise. This was one of the greatest games ever played in the game of soccer.
Mbappe looked like a man possessed, dude. I've never seen someone look so like demigod like. It was unreal.
A hat trick from a player in the losing team. The chance at the end to win it. And you don't pass, the guy shoots, and Dibu makes the stop of a lifetime.
That stop. Like when that happened, like that's an intervention by something that's beyond our understanding.
After that stop, you're like, there's no way Messi does not win this World Cup.
That's good. That's good. All
Yeah.
right. What else? What else?
Abe, what's your favorite World Cup moment, Abe?
I was thinking about it, like what's make me like freak out the most. It was probably Paco Memo against Brazil. if I was thinking about something outside of like that real like fan thing that like made me freak out was probably Luis Suarez biting. And that was just like for World Cup, like how much it means. Like obviously he's like insane. He did the handball, but the biting was just like something that I was just like, sports are amazing. Soccer is amazing. Life is dumb. The world is dumb. This is crazy. God, I love sports. Why is this all allowed?
Oh, this is gonna hype me up.
I'll do you one better from that bite. El cabezazo, the header from Zidane.
And that's part of it too. I think that's part of it all because it's just like, this shouldn't be allowed. This is how much it means to them. They're biting each other. They're cannibals. They're headbutting each other.
This game is incredible. That one should have gone in. He got it from within and brought it back out.
That was Neymar doing that header, by the way.
He shouldn't save that.
He shouldn't.
He shouldn't save that.
We have another moment. Chicharito goal versus France in 2010 started his prime in Europe. That was a good moment. Chicharito getting to come off the bench for Guille Franco, el troncazo, el abuelito de Guille Franco starting. Blech. Come on now. And we have the same freaking coach running the lineup this next World Cup in a couple of weeks, couple of months. Mátame. There's reports that Hormiga is not going to get called up to the World Cup.
Oh, heck yeah. We got Perro Bermudez. Classic. All right, let's listen. Let's watch this. This is just for us, guys. At this point, it's just for us.
Chiñá apretado, el equipo mexicano aprieta, recupera. Pelota para el Chícharo. El de Guadalajara, Jalisco, el hijo del Chícharo de Tolotlán.
He's so open.
Chícharo, solo, no la falle, Chícharo.
Fírmalo.
¡De México! Chícharo llega pleno, claro, solo, llega al área, queda de frente.
Contra Francia, cabrones. Yeah, France was nothing this World Cup. They were so bad that even like anyone would have beat this team.
Look how open. And this is his specialty. This was like Man U.
He was not offsides.
Not offsides.
Look at that line. It was a different rule back then. No VAR. Mexico also got cheated in this game. Not in this game. Mexico got cheated this World Cup as well. With that Carlos Tevez goal that was offsides against Argentina. Man. Yeah, we're going to start talking more World Cup every episode because the weeks are coming. Tony and I, do you want to share like what we did before the show?
When I was in school in Tijuana,
stop
everything and watch Mexico play. Yeah, no, that's you don't have to go that far. Yeah, yes, on Saturday, Mexico just stops, even though they were mad that Cristiano wasn't there. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so we got the email media ticketing opened for the World Cup. Tony and I got in, so we've officially applied for the Mexico versus possibly Denmark game for the group stage week 3, third matchup that can determine if Mexico goes through. So we just applied for the game, and we won't hear back to probably 48 hours, 24 hours, 48 hours before the game if we can go in or not. That's the fun of the game. But the fact that we made it this far in to get to do that is nuts.
Yep.
At least the both of us. I mean, we had the whole thing where I wasn't approved and you were into the hub.
Then I got you in.
Thank God for CBX. What?
Roberto Baggio sending the rock to the moon. Yes. This was the last time the World Cup was here in the United States. Roberto Baggio, the captain of Italy, against Brazil in 1994. And gave Brazil the World Cup. That was their 4th World Cup championship before their 5th in 2001 against 2002 against Oliver Kahn and company. But yeah, no, 100%. Oh, yeah,
I'll find something out, Philippe. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna sneak my way over there.
All right. Anything else? We're gonna talk more World Cup as it's coming around. But yeah, it's a little fun segment here to get your next week. Bring your World Cup heartbreaks. Or just like World Cup, like
there can only be one. Dibs already on Nora Penal.
Go for it. That one didn't hurt me as much.
Ya sé cuál.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and bring tonight to a close. These greetings to everybody who joined us. San Diego Wave, two games preview, San Diego FC preview.
Jonas, next week, where we're actually going to get to talk about San Diego FC playing against San Jose and San Diego Wave playing in Boston.
Yep. So with that, again, be a friend, tell a friend. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate everybody. Really appreciate what you guys have done for us and put us on the stage to be on a pathway and trajectory towards the World Cup. So with that said, for Abraham Cepeda, check him out. 2 balls to the mic, Chiba, and myself. Bye.
Laters.
Next week on Tuesday.